What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. Today we have Roman versus Roman action once again as the two individuals from the two all-Roman tag teams square off. We have a Bo Dallas call-out promo for Brock Lesnar. Gonna skip this one here, and then obviously Dean Ambrose versus the modern-day Maharaja. And yes, he's wearing a top now because, as far as I can tell, YouTube does not like the pepperonis. Or at least they don't like them in the thumbnail. So if I can have, the cool moments as a thumbnail and not have that in the thumbnail, then perhaps my videos could actually make what they used to make before this whole adpocalypse nonsense began. Anyway, I welcome you to a fine Saturday afternoon here on this channel, on this show. Today's news, not so much news as it is rumors. And as always, take all rumors with a grain of salt. I'm only telling you the things I've heard that I thought might be interesting for discussion on this show. And fittingly, our first rumor involves Mr. Roman Reigns here. And that the belief is that Roman Reigns is... They're pushing this Roman Reigns-John Cena thing so hard because they think it's going to get Roman over with the fans. But as we've seen thus far, all it's done is make people actually go back and like John Cena some more. Because by having John Cena say all the things that the internet's been saying about Roman for years is not going to help them like Roman more. It's just going to make people like Cena more. Like, I don't understand. The end goal here is that you get him over, supposedly, before WrestleMania, where he gets his coronation, supposedly, again. The problem is that Roman Reigns, if he literally headlines WrestleMania again, will have the second most WrestleMania headlining matches in a row. I believe, no, second most of anyone, because Hogan did 5, and this is Roman's 4th if he is in the main event again. The problem is that they booed him out of the building the last 3, so that's going to be an issue. And if they mistakenly believe that by having him fight Cena, and ideally beat Cena, and then Cena goes to film, Transformers and whatnot, that somehow is going to endear the fans to him instead of having them turn even harder than they already have. And again, this course they have put themselves upon is not a course, or it's a course that could have been reversible at a lot of different times. They just don't want to do the work. Had you done a heel turn 2 years ago, you would have, at this point, been back to being a face. Would have worked just fine. But their insistence on just going, no, he's going to be a face forever and always, at this point, like, much like how they will never turn Cena heel in any real capacity. I don't know. I've at this point discussed it so many times, so many times, and we're still in this position where they're just so stubborn, and I would assume most of that's Vince, so stubborn about not going with what people would actually want to do. They want to boo him. Let them boo him in the proper capacity instead of having the fans boo him, but then having the announcers put him over as a huge face. Like, I don't understand that. Spear! All of the tools are there. Just do it. And then, like most guys, if you're a cool heel long enough, the fans will turn around, start cheering you, and then you can be a face again. That's kind of how wrestling used to always work. And that was weird camera angle, but whatever. So yeah, that's their supposed plan, is to have this feud, get the fans on Roman's side, as he faces John Cena. The problem is, it's John Cena. And John Cena, for all of his detractors, is that damn good. So, it's not working. They're just cheering Cena more. Like, you guys, they really just don't understand, what? They just don't understand. And, like, I'm not gonna sit here and micromanage, armchair book the whole situation, but having watched wrestling for as long as I have, like, it would have seemed like it would have made sense at a certain point, and then it somehow doesn't. Also, the last several seconds there, I forgot which Roman I was. which I guess is easy when you're fighting Roman versus Roman. So, as a reminder, I'm Roman Blue and not Roman the Red. Surprisingly, there's been no interference from the other two Romans in this particular matchup. But no, Roman Red, just because you hit your 2 moves of doom, and I would imagine you would want to hit the drive-by, it's not going to happen, but you would like to. No. Big Dog gonna eat, and Big Dog gonna win once again. Anyway, moving on to some other rumors and hearsay and, you know, the usual bits of, hey, people are saying things, but is it actually true? Who knows? Paul Heyman apparently is viewed as being very controversial backstage by parts of management and by parts of creative because he is, you know, legit friends with Brock Lesnar and is certainly in the ear of Brock Lesnar, and Brock certainly has a certain amount of creative control. So if there's if they book a segment with Heyman and Brock, and Heyman doesn't like it, then he could tell Brock, and Brock gets it changed because he's Brock. They don't want to piss off Brock. Like, that makes sense, right? And apparently that makes Heyman controversial among those officials and whatever else. And I'm like, Samoan drop. And I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing. It's Paul Heyman. Like, tell your people in creative, hey, why do you think all these years later people are still chanting ECW? Maybe, just maybe, Paul Heyman knows what he's doing. Let him do his thing. Seriously. Like, that's... It's such a weird supposed backstage thing of just childishness. It's like, no. Paul Heyman this has more than enough earned his dues to say, you know what, that's dumb, let's change that, I have a better idea. Because he's Paul Heyman. Let him do it. He knows what he's doing, more or less. Now, one could argue how much of an idea it was from creative when they sent out Paul Heyman to try to get over Brock Lesnar as a heel in front of his hometown crowd against Goldberg earlier in the year. That was a dumb move. But, you know, how much of that was creative? Because I had to imagine Heyman would have known that that was a bad idea. Oh, here's the exact same... Yeah. Universe mode. Already recycling the same tired my career cutscenes, baby. I'm gonna be the second one this time. I'm not sure what that actually does, but I'm gonna be the second one. All you have to do is believe. I'm not a man that goes out seeking conflict. I don't poke bears because I know it gets me nowhere. I am first and foremost a career man. I don't pursue vendettas. I pursue opportunities, but I am also not a man to be trifled with. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a trifling. I love him. I hate him. I respect him, and I want to ruin him. I can't help it, but he's been stirring my emotions so much that there's only one recourse of action here. I destroy him. What better place for my destruction than right here, right now? Brock Lesnar, you've talked long enough, or had Heyman talk for you. I bet even you're bored of listening to yourself. I know the WWE Universe is. Now it's time for you to put your money where your mouth is. Boy. See, I can't make this a thumbnail because pepperonis, and apparently the YouTube robots who analyze the thumbnails don't like them. So, there's that. I was really hoping we could get through one show without having to listen to another superstar drone on and on. Unfortunately, here we are once again, being subjected to another self-absorbed speech that no one cares about, Bo. In all my travels, I've seen a lot of weird and crazy stuff. A lot of it involves robots. It's a long story. Don't worry about it. However, in all that time, I've never, ever seen a walking, talking piece of garbage before, and P.U. do you stank. So now we're in grade school, okay. Dear God, this city is disgusting. Everybody here is trash. You're all a bunch of ignorant ingrates, barely capable of tying your own shoes. I've seen pigs who are cleaner than all of you, and ants who are better behaved. This city is a giant dump on planet Earth. The only trash I see here is you. Insulting these honest, hard-working people. They paid good money to be here and don't deserve your ridicule. Tonight, for all of them, consider me the garbage man, because it's time to take out the trash. So Bo Dallas is the new Duke the Dumpster Droese. Tired, look at your face. So I'm going to do the entire universe favor and rearrange it. Just punch him. Just punch him. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not going to fight you. I'm just saying I'm not going to fight you right now. Maybe at the next show. Or the next pay-per-view. But I don't think these people out here deserve to see me in action. So they both hate the crowd. So they're both insulting the crowd. Okay. Man, everything you say and everything you do just makes me hate you even more. How do you do that? It's like you have a weird supernatural ability to annoy me. You're feeling the feelings that I'm feeling. Know what? I like you. I do. You amuse me. You make me laugh. You're entertaining, like Doink the Clown. You really, really are. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but either way, you're a laugh riot. I reckon you shouldn't have done that. I can't take this anymore. If I had to spend one more second listening to you or these pathetic fans, I'm gonna be sick. I'm getting the hell out of this poor excuse for a city and putting all this behind me as fast as I can. I'm doing my best to pretend that today never happened. And then Brock wins the promo. Sure. What was the point of any of that? Again, some potentially great thumbnails there, but I can't use them. Sting defeats Sami Zayn and the Brian Kendrick. I guess his plan did not work out. But we move on to the Lunatic Fringe versus the modern day Maharaja. And of course, I'm playing He Who Must Not Be Hindered, your WWE champion. Anyway, moving on past the Heyman bits of beadness, as I take on the Lunatic Fringe here. Moving on past the Heyman thing is, bottom line, Heyman knows better than most people on that staff. Seriously. Anyway, whoa there, Dino. Lunatic Fringe is a house of fire here in the early stages of this match. Our final bit of rumor involves Rey Mysterio. Booyaka, booyaka. Supposedly he was in conversations with GFW, and those have fallen through for whatever reasons, so he will not be appearing at GFW or being signed to them, Spinebuster, etc., etc. Now, supposedly, the original plan with that whole thing that was supposed to have an angle with Del Rio at Triple Mania that didn't happen because apparently AAA had signed, or they had copyrighted the El Patron name in Mexico, and he didn't like that, because obviously he wouldn't. So that angle didn't happen. That angle was supposed to involve Jeff Jarrett, who was there and apparently very drunk. And that angle would have eventually culminated at a match at Bound for Glory between El Patron, who was, going to be off his suspension at that point, and Mysterio. Now, personally, as someone who's already seen plenty of Mysterio and Del Rio, that does not sound interesting at all. But that would have been their supposed money match for their next big show, pay-per-view, etc., type deal. So that was the plan. But apparently it did not coalesce. I'm not sure what, if any, plans involve Rey continuing to work with Lucha Underground. I don't know if he's supposedly still in talks with WWE or, what is happening with any of that. Also, Dean Ambrose with the old version of Dirty Deeds there. And he has been giving me a good fight so far. And I'm still playing on normal, which is, weird, but is what it is. Sometimes the game wants to be hard. That's fine. But also, whatever. But also, the Colossus. Boom. Pin the man. A 1, a 2. Dean Ambrose refuses to lose. So yes. As of right now, no Mysterio in GFW or kind of anywhere else. And there was some stuff about how they were having problems with, he was having problems with, GFW was having issues with Crash, or Crash was having issues with them, or I'm not 100% that, I've heard the name before, but I'm not super up on anything that's in Mexico outside of AAA and CMLL. So Crash is not a name I've heard much of, but apparently they had an issue with GFW or vice versa, or perhaps there isn't an issue. I don't know. There's a lot of weird rumors floating around with all that stuff. So who knows? Who knows? Also, I should totally have somehow gotten Jinder the Singh Bros in his corner here. That's my bad. I screwed that up. What you gonna do? These things happen. Pin the man on a suplex. That's a rope break. That's a dang dirty rope break. How dare you rope break Jinder? How dare you rope break the modern day Maharaja? Come on now. Head to the top. Doing that thing. So yes, that's kind of your three big things going on at the moment for rumors and whatever else. Not much else going on here on this Saturday afternoon. We are still obviously several weeks from No Mercy and that whole thing. And then we're still a ways away from Hell in a Cell, which they have not yet mentioned Hell in a Cell as the next SmackDown pay-per-view, which is weird. It's weird. Who knows? We'll see. Nope, that's Dirty Deeds. That is just straight up Dirty Deeds. Jinder. Don't job Jinder! Thank you. Don't job Jinder. And then Dean Ambrose getting fired up for a comeback. Oh no, circle. Nope, that didn't. I thought I'd get it before he did. I hate that move so much. I hate that move so much, Dean Ambrose. You have no idea how stupid that move is. I hate it. I hate your guts. Yeah, how about that for a comeback? How about you stop trying to hinder the Jinder, who is currently in a feud with the Dead Man. So, have yourself a merry little neck breaker. And then pick him up. And give that man the... Oh, no, he reversed it. He reversed the Colossus. Great. And now the old version of Dirty Deeds again. Again. And then he's going to go for a second Dirty Deed. If I lose here, I lose here. Honestly, not that concerned about it, but I managed to hit the... Oh! I managed to hit that reversal. Again. Occasionally, I do okay in this game. Not always, but occasionally. And Dino going to the top. One too many times, Dino. Jinder, roll out of the way. Cease being hindered. I don't want to get hit with that clothesline elbow drop. Nope. Missile drop kick. Again. Never again. Never again. Here we go. Let's hit our suplex here. And then, once again, hit our neck breaker. There you go, Dean. How's that for you? And then, pick him up. And hope for the best. The Colossus. Now, obviously, he needs to be dragged a little bit to the center of the ring, where the modern-day Maharaja will pin the man and referee out of position, but should be enough to put him away. There you go. Now, will we see the Dead Man in our post-match celebration type thing? And now he will speak in the language of his people. There's Jinder. No, breaking out. Because apparently Dean Ambrose is just going to get beat up, and that's fine. And there was no interference from the Dead Man, so whatever. To the outside with a stellar elbow drop. I'm actually, one of the things I am actually legitimately looking forward to is how they're going to have the new carry system in 2K18 and being able to move the steps, put guys on the steps, and then do moves onto the steps. Looks really cool. And I'm hoping that it actually works out as intended and not just, you know, glitches out all the time like the games tend to do when they put in new features. Oh, on the outside! On the outside! Boom! Don't hinder the Jinder. And that will wrap up Saturday tomorrow. We have Braun Strowman versus Triple H, who I need to put in a t-shirt. Anyway, I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. See you next time, right here on this channel, and I'm out.